Hi Year 7, so using my plan from last week, so this is what I created in last lesson, I have looked at my resources and I have gone and found a load of different bits of paper. So this is the paper that I'm going to work on today, so I'm just going to use some plain A4 white. I've managed to find in my cupboard some black paper. This is just some wallpaper, and I've also got a little bit of wrapping paper. I've got some sugar paper, just random scraps of coloured paper which I think are all going to work really well, and these all link in with the colours that I've chosen in my design. Last lesson I actually made two different designs. Now that was just so I had a bit of variety in, because I had a few ideas in my head. I'm going to go for this one. So out of the two, I think this one's going to work the best with the resources that I've managed to collect, and I would like to make something that has perhaps some cool colours and a few complementary opposites within my work. So step one, start to cut out your shapes. So I've started to cut out some triangles and I'm about to cut out some really organic leaf shapes out of this black paper. One thing to remember is you might realise that you might not be able to do something exactly as you'd hoped. The great thing about being an art student is actually you can think, well, do you know what can I do instead? And you can take a bit of artistic license and change your design ideas as you go. So for instance, my black paper actually had a big hole through it, so I've had to make this a lot smaller than I planned, and it's a little bit of a different shape, but that doesn't matter because it still works. And there we have it. I've pretty much cut all of mine out now, apart from one leaf. So the way that I've been cutting them out is actually all I've done is I've got my paper and then I've cut them out freehand. So what that means is instead of drawing it out first, I've just gone straight in with my scissors and I have cut them. So there we go. There's my last leaf, and as you can see, all my leaves are slightly different shapes, but I wanted that because if we remember when we looked at Henri Matisse's work, often his weren't exactly the same because he cut them all by hand as well. So if you're a little bit uncomfortable with doing that, what you can do is, as you can see here, say I wanted to draw a leaf shape, I can use a pencil and I can actually draw them on. So for instance, if I wanted perhaps something a bit more organic, I could do something like this and cut it out. Or if perhaps you're doing maybe a square or something that perhaps you're struggling to draw, you can use a ruler and you can draw them out and then cut everything out ready. Now let's assemble. Right, so I'm pretty much happy with how this has turned out. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to have a route through and find a few more colours of blue and perhaps green, I think, and I need to add in a little bit of orange. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add in some extra orange bits because I really want a complementary colour to give it that real vibrance and pizzazz when you look at it. Then I'm going to glue it all down and I will show you the finished product.